Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Dr. Nick, and welcome back to the 90s Guys Show. Today I wanted to talk about Halloween memories. Now I know it's only August 26th, but I just wanted to get a jump on this. Halloween is probably my second favorite holiday of the entire year, behind Christmas, of course, and Thanksgiving, because we all love food. I know I do. Dr. Nick loves food. But I wanted to talk a little bit about Halloween, Halloween memories that we all have growing up, and just some of the things that I remember growing up in the '90s and going trick or treating with my parents and my brother and things like that, and how much it has changed. Being 2017, and just how dramatically Halloween has evolved over the years. Now, we all remember the Halloween costumes. They were basically like plastic, like vinyl, had the little mask on it, little plastic mask. And then it developed into more, I guess you'd say, due to the technology. And I mean, there was a price tag on a lot of it, obviously, the higher price of the more complicated costumes. Of course, you've seen pictures of, the sheet with the holes in it. You'd go as a ghost, wrap yourself up with tinfoil, the joke goes leftovers, things like that. You always see the costumes that were very common. But I remember one year I was Superman. We went to a local Halloween store. It's still open to this day. It's called Dallas and Company. It's really awesome. They have magic, very elaborate costumes, accessories for costumes. I mean, this is the place to go for Halloween stuff, even back then, and even more now. Uh, I was a wizard. I was Merlin one year. I had like a white beard. It was kind of funny looking. Let's see. I was also a mobster, like a gangster. I had the black fedora hat, pinstripe suit, black tie. Trying to think of some of the other costumes I had. It's hard for me to remember some of them. I believe also I went as a Ghostbuster one year. I had a Ghostbuster jumpsuit and the proton pack. Some of my favorite candy has always been, the Reese's pumpkins. Uh, you'd get the little Laffy Taffy Snickers. The houses you went to that had the full size candy bars, you always remembered whose house that it was, and you'd go back every year. Some people would give you pennies, which I never understood that. Raisins, we hated going to the houses that they would give out raisins. Or I remember there was a house that I went to. They gave out, I don't know if it was just stuff they had left over or the individual was a dentist, but you always hear about that stereotypical thing of someone giving out toothpaste and dental floss. I remember someone giving out like breath mints and chewing gum, and not like the good bubblicious flavored gum. It was like dentine, good for your teeth gum, and I was like, seriously, come on. We decorated and carved pumpkins. Uh, Watched the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, one of my favorite movies of all time. Ernest Scared Stupid. Just the time of fall, and I know I'm gonna sound very basic of this, but I enjoy fall. I do. I love the smell of pumpkin stuff. I tease and joke around about people being basic and drinking Starbucks and buying Scentsy scented waxes and candles that smell like fall. But in actuality, the stuff smells pretty good. Things like apple cinnamon and pumpkin spice, uh, cupcake, anything related to fall, just that time of the year. It's not quite cold, but it's there's like a crisp chill in the air, and I don't know, it's just something about it. Being able to sit around a campfire, listen to music, stuff like that. It's awesome. I love it. But the other thing is nowadays, would you really trust taking your kids to neighborhoods that you don't know? There was always rumors back in the day of, people putting razor blades and nails and things like that and glass into candy. We never ran into that. It was always a story. Your parents would always check your candy. Um, I don't know if this was ever actual fact or this was just something that was, sort of a rumor that just kind of spiraled throughout the years. It may be, I don't know. But me personally, I would not take, if I had kids, which I don't, if I had kids, I wouldn't take them to neighborhoods I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying that, 6 blocks away from me, there's bad people living there that are going to poison the candy. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, we always went to people we knew, friends of the family, kids who went to school with us. We knew their parents. We'd go to their house, family members, stuff like that. And we never really had to worry about, is there something in our candy? Um, I go to the Halloween stores that they have, like Spirit of the Halloween, Halloween City, places like that, and I love going to those places and looking at all the different costumes. There's costumes that are, making fun of something that has happened in recent events, superhero costumes, classic costumes. You got the Jason Voorhees, the Michael Myers, the Power Rangers, things like that, Frankenstein, vampire, whatever. And it's amazing how people really put a lot of money and time into these costumes, by either making their own or buying accessories to accentuate the costume that they have. But I don't know. I miss going trick or treating back in the day. Like I said, much simpler times, just a lot of good fun. Being 32 years old, you can't exactly go trick or treating. Be kind of frowned upon. But it was a lot of fun, great memories. I'm glad I was able to have those memories with my brother and my mom and dad and things like that. It was a lot of fun. Um, Now I go over to my parents' house and we hand out candy to the neighborhood and have a cookout, stuff like that. So even though I can't go trick or treating myself and being that part of the fun, it's still fun to think back about all the good times and just think of simpler times when you were a kid and didn't have worries, stuff like that. But anyways, comment down below and tell me some of the costumes that you had when you were a kid. Memories that you have of Halloween and fall and, watching scary movies. Going to the video store, we'd always pick up, movies and stuff. Because I think it was towards a certain, I don't remember exactly when they started it, but they had, like 5 days, 5 movies for $5, and you'd have, like the horror movies, action movies, stuff like that. And I remember watching, and I still watch them to this day. Watching the classic slasher films, Jason Voorhees, the Nightmare on Elm Street series, things like that. But anyways, like this video, hit the subscribe. I can't even talk right now. Hit the subscribe button down below, and I will see you all later.